Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be putting the new Nars Light Reflecting Foundation to the test. I am doing a full day wear test, trying it out. If you want to see how I got this look using this foundation, keep on watching. If you're interested on how it wears, keep on watching. Okay, we're gonna go into the new Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. So I have the shade Light 3 Gobi. I've never tried a Nars foundation before, so I'm super excited for this. I feel like across the board they're very well loved foundations. So I also have a few other products from Nars that I picked up at the same time. I have never tried the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, so I got that as well. I have their Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the shade Cruella. I don't know if that's going to go with a look today, and I do have some other Nars lipsticks here. And then I also picked up their new Nars Afterglow Cheek Palette. I am going to try and use Nars products wherever I can, and when I don't have something that's Nars, I will use something else I've been loving recently. So today's just a casual day. Got my hair just hanging out here. The curls, and we'll just try out this new foundation. So let's get into it. I'm super excited. For base, I do have my moisturizer on. I have my Glow Recipe Guava Vitamin C Serum on, and I want to keep it pretty light because I'm afraid to put a different type of primer on in case it's going to not work very nicely with this. I'm actually going to go in with the Flower In Your Prime Hydrating Primer. Haven't used this in a hot minute, and I really do love this because it's very nourishing and very hydrating. And every time I've used this, it's been like a safe primer to use with foundations. So let's balance out some of the expense of this with something a little bit more cost affordable. Yeah, my skin definitely is needing hydration, even though I felt like I put a good amount on this morning. It's still feeling very dry. Now that I am primed, I'm still feeling like I need some extra hydration. So what I like to do is go in with my Avene thermal spring water and just spritz my face. Now this is just a misty water. I don't think it has anything else in it, but what I like to do is when I'm feeling really dry, it just gives a little bit of hydration to my skin and something for the foundation to glide on with. So let's go ahead and apply this. I'm going to use my Merit brush because I've not used it in a minute and I love it. We'll give this a shake because I don't know if it's a watery consistency. This is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade Light 3 Gobi. There's the first pump. Let's dot it and hope it doesn't dry down very quickly. Let's do my Merit brush, and I'm just gonna pull out something here. Oh, that's very light. Very skin tinty-esque. Skin tinty-esque, is that even a word? It definitely feels like a skin tint. It doesn't have nearly as much coverage as the other foundations I've tried. So the Merit or even the Beautiful Skin foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I actually thought that this would be very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury. That was kind of my impression, was that it was going to be kind of the same thing and you could take it or leave it between the two of them, whichever one you were most interested in. Okay, that did not give much coverage at all. I do see a little bit of a glow. Let's keep building up, which is going to be nice because then you can use a little bit more of a full coverage concealer, which is the way I like to go. I don't enjoy when foundations are super full coverage off the get-go and you have to sheer it down. I really rather build them up. Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting is very much more on the full coverage side for me, and if you go in too heavy, you really have to work to bring it down, whereas I'd rather go in and it's light and I can build it up. I'm going to see how it builds up. Okay, definitely seems to be building up now. Okay, that layer blended out really nicely. Everything looks very even. I don't see any dry patches anywhere. I think that was a great color match too. It definitely feels tacky for sure. So it hasn't fully dried down and set. Okay, let's try out the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm hoping it's not too glowy. It does feel kind of like a higher end version of like the Maybelline Fit Me types of concealers. I don't like doe foot applicators like this because I feel like they're very cheap. I think they're just better doe foot applicators out there, even at the drugstore. I think I actually like it when it's a little bit bigger, and this just makes me feel like it's a drugstore product, even though the price is nowhere near that. So let's give it a whirl. That might not be the right shade for me. Don't like that because this says light 2, 3, and I got the shade light 3, so you would think that would work together. The good news is that it does seem to blend out very easily. We will make this work. I'm going to pat out using my Merit brush, kind of mix some of that color from the foundation. Now once I'm done the base, I will let you know what time it is, and that's where the wear test will start. I do think these are working really nicely together. I do like how my skin is looking. It's definitely very glowy, but it doesn't feel super hydrated. Like, it still feels kind of more on the dry side. Okay, we're gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Lavender Pro Filt'r Loose Powder. Because this has a little bit of a whiter, pearly, kind of cool toned shift to it, it's going to help to balance out some of the yellow. And I really like this powder because I find it doesn't look too heavy, and it does help keep my makeup in place and prevent my oils from coming through, but it also helps to blur. So I'm going in with a very light hand. So we are at 10:56. I do have a long day today. I'm planning on doing a workout, so this will be on for quite a long time. I'll probably get 10 or 12 hours out of it, so we'll see how it works. Again, if you're new here, I do have oily skin, so I'm not expecting this to hold up very, very well, but I also wanted to powder it to give it a fair chance because that's what I would normally do in my routine if I was planning to wear foundation for a longer period of time. Okay, so we've tried out those few products. Now I'm gonna go into the Nars Afterglow here. I have bought their other palettes in the past. So I have the Nars Overlust palette right here, which I really do like this palette. Very natural, neutral tones. I think very, very safe. And it's nice because you get blushes and then you get highlighters. And these face palettes are very similar to what Hourglass comes out with every holiday season. And then I also have the Nars Wanted, which has more bold colors. I actually super love this shade and this one, which is why I was drawn to it, because they're just so bold. And sometimes I like to use this as a more neutral kind of bronzer. You can kind of get away with it because of the undertone. And this one's great because this shade right here is definitely more of a bronzer tone. I do like to use it that way. Even though they're supposed to all be blushes, I do like to use that as a bronzer. Then this one's my highlighter, and then I have lots of blush options. So this is the Nars Afterglow Cheek Palette. And the reason I purchased this one was literally for this shade right here. It looked so pretty, and it's hard to find like a kind of orangey red blush. I have the Picante blush that Lana Davison came up with, and it is so pretty, and I thought this might be a powder version of it, so that's why I picked it up. I'm super excited. I don't know that I'll be able to use this as a bronzer. This shade too is very unique, so I wanted to give this a whirl, and then I might just use it for my eyes as well, just keep things very natural and easygoing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play with this shade right here because I think it's just so stunning. Okay, let's go in. Oh, I love it. Okay, very pigmented. I went in with a very light hand. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be amazing for summer. I'm thinking a bronze kind of eye, very simple, bold lashes, a little liner, and then a nice bold cheek, something red and like fiery. Ooh, it's spicy. I like it. And I can definitely see, even though this is clearly matte, the glow from the foundation underneath is really coming through and making it look more like it's got some shimmer to it. Okay, and then for shimmer, we'll go in with a highlighting brush into the complementary shade right here. Now I'm gonna do my brows off camera. I'll let you know what combination I'm using, and then I'm gonna curl my lashes and I'll be back and we can quickly, I think we're gonna use this palette to do an eye look. I had pulled out some other Nars palettes, but let's just keep this like a one and done kind of palette situation. And just to keep going with that, I'm gonna use this kind of as a bronzer, but like a shimmer bronze, just to see what happens. Because I'm really a fan of like one palette full face types of situations if I can make it work. So yes, okay, that's working. I wouldn't bring it all the way out here. I'm just keeping the shimmer part more isolated and closer to my hairline. I'm just going to town now with a shade. Oh, I feel very like summery, tropical. I do not feel like I am in the middle of a Canadian winter, which is awesome. That's exactly what I want to feel right now. I think I'm pretty much at the end of my Benefit Precisely My Brow, so I am going to use that. And then I may need to take some of my blonde arch brow from Hourglass to keep my brows in place. I'm gonna be using the 1980 brow gel. Let's do eyes. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here, all over my crease or above my lid. It's a little bit more pink than I thought. It looks a little bit more gray in the pan in person. Then I'm gonna go into the bronzy shade. Same brush, keeping it really easy. Just bring that all over the lid. Gonna take this little Morphe kind of pencil brush and go into this purple and keep it really close to the lash. Going back into the same brush that has been cleaned off, and I'm gonna go back into this like champagne-y highlight shade and put that in the inner corner. It definitely has a more pink undertone to it than a gold, like a little bit more peachy. Everything's matching really, really nicely. I really like this. I have to say from the get-go, this is looking really good, and it might be, this could be too early to say, but it might be my new favorite foundation discovery this month. Like I feel an instant attraction to it, and I've gone through enough foundations to know when there's like an instant love connection. Let's just say it like that. And I'm feeling it with this one. Like, I don't know, this could be my soulmate, guys. Could be. For lashes, I'm just gonna do the same old that I've been doing. I'm loving the Merit, and I'm gonna use the Lancome Lash Idol together. Let's see, lip. What do I want? Might work. Oh, let's just put it in the center and see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna do it and see what happens. This is, I think, a mini size of the Nars Cruella Velvet Matte Lipstick. So I roughly have it in place. I know it looks crazy. I'm gonna take a Q-tip and just blend it together. The reason for that is I want it to be a little bit more washed out. And then I'm gonna go on top. This is the Afterglow Lip Balm in the shade Dolce Vita. love this look. I'm really feeling it today. I feel like this is definitely makeup that's going to make me feel confident. I feel a little bit sassy. I don't know, I just feel really good. Like I want to get out there and do things today. I'm gonna be like a power woman and just check things off my list and get stuff done. I'm in love with this. Like I can't even, I didn't think I would like things this much. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna come up close and just kind of show you what my face looks like so you can see. So hopefully you can see like everything looks very smooth, very second skin. Pores look very diminished, even though there's a definitely glow going on. It feels set. It doesn't feel like it's gonna move anywhere, and I feel like this is gonna wear really well. So I'm excited for this wear test. We're gonna keep things going. It's 11:23 right now. I probably will be back here around 3 or 4 p.m. and I'll let you know how things are looking at that point. We will leave it here and I will see you in a bit. Oh, hey there, welcome back. It's time to check in with you. So it is 3:53. So I've been wearing this makeup for about 5 hours. I'm pretty impressed with this makeup at this point in the day, considering I am very oily and I've had this on for 5 hours. There is a noticeable glow going on over my face and there's clearly a shine, but I have been wearing my glasses for the last 5 hours and the little nose pad marks aren't really as visible as they normally are. And typically I get wear and tear right here where my glasses sit on my cheeks because my glasses are a little bit low hanging, like the bigger rims, and they do, if I laugh or smile, my cheeks rub into the bottom of my frames, and then typically there'll be some transfer, and there's really not as much transfer on my glasses as there normally is at this point of the day. So that's pretty amazing so far. I am very happy. It still looks very even. I don't see any separation going on. I am noticing though that my chin is a very dry area and everything else is glowy, so that's a little bit fascinating, but this is probably my most dry spot on my face, and then in between my eyebrows right here gets pretty dry. I'm pretty happy we haven't hit a point where it's started to turn and things are taking a wear for the worse. So I'll keep an eye out. With a foundation that looks this good, I typically tend to see that around the 7 or 8 hour mark. I'm not sure if I'll be able to check in at that time. I do have a workout coming up, so I don't know if I will check in before the workout or after. You can stay tuned for that. I'm gonna come a little bit closer and just show you what everything's looking for comparison so that we can see the progression through the rest of the day. We'll keep going and see how it wears from here on out. Hey there, so the night is progressing and it is almost 8 o'clock. We are approaching the 9 hour mark. So I have had this foundation and makeup on for 9 hours. I am actually just about to go do an hour workout. So I thought this would be a good time to check in before and then also check in a little bit after. I still think this is performing very well. At this point, there's definitely a lot of glow coming through. I don't see any like streaking or breaking apart. The makeup on top has lasted really well. There's still a good amount of pigment and pigment on the eyes as well. This side looks a little bit more worn out. For some reason, this side is creasing more than this side. How odd. You can definitely see my nose pad marks, but even on my cheeks where my glasses touch, there's still coverage there, which is very odd and not normally the case. So I'm pretty impressed. Like, yes, I am glowing and there is definitely a lot of oil on my face. I'm just going to run my hand down just to see if there's any transfer. Doesn't look like the foundation is transferring to the back of my hand, but there definitely is more of like a matte line there now. I'm gonna come in close, and then what I'm going to do is show you how I would touch this up at this point if I was planning on making the night last a little bit longer. I just feel like it looks so good. Okay, so what I would do at this point of the evening personally is I would go back into the powder I first used, and I would just take a bit of that to take down the shine. If I was missing some coverage, I would go in with the concealer, so I'm going to slightly do that. We're just going to add the smallest bit. And you want to take that little pinpointing brush. That's when you want something very precise. You can already see that's definitely helped a bit in this area. And then my forehead is definitely glow central, taking down the shine. Now, this isn't something that's gonna buy me like another 12 hours or 8 hours of wear, because at a certain point, the oils just start to come through. I'm gonna be sweating my butt off. So I expect that I'm gonna look again very, very oily shortly. I'm not gonna touch my eyes because I'm just gonna go do a workout now and sweat through it, but I will see you guys in, let's say, an hour and 20 minutes or so, and we'll reconnect and then call it a day. Oh, hello. It is time for the final check-in. It is now 10:42. If I'll show you, there you go. And I'm pretty tired. I'm done. Let's see how things are looking. There's definitely some of that creasing from my eyeshadow that is transferred here to the bottom of my lid, but I mean, I did just do a workout, hence the third outfit change of this video. Very stylish cycling gear from Peppermint Co., which actually is a Canadian company that just specializes in women's cycling wear for women. I already said that, but I'm tired. Based out of Montreal. I still feel a little bit cute. This isn't cute, but I do think my makeup held out pretty well. Even though I powdered in the last check-in, my oils have already come through. Honestly, I'm blanking when that was. I think it was 8 o'clock. So it's been like almost 3 hours, which does make sense. It's been a lot longer than I thought. At this point, we're pretty much 15 minutes shy. Actually, it's like 10 minutes shy of the 12-hour mark. So I do have to say, at this point, I definitely know how a foundation is going to hold up on my skin. I put it through a 12-hour wear test, a day of working out. I was cooking over the stove. So there was a lot of different aspects to my day today. And I think this held up very, very well. I'm gonna just move this out here so it looks a little fresher. And then I'm gonna scooch in for a close-up. So hopefully you can see my cheeks definitely have a little bit of luminous glow going on. My forehead, but everything stayed pretty nicely in place. There's still some pigment coming through, especially here and here. I mean, I did freshen up those powders. There's not much separation going on. There's definitely a bit like here and here in my chin. I'm pretty happy with it. I do think this has just moved up to the top of the 4 foundations I've just tried this past January. This is now at the very top, and I'm gonna keep playing with it and see, but I really do think doing a wear test is a really beneficial exercise for both of us. For me, kind of really get to know and pay attention to a foundation, and also for you to kind of see how things are going on throughout the day, because I think most of the time Your makeup should look good immediately after you apply it, but it's more of how does it wear throughout the day and like what is the purpose, how long you need it to last. And like I had said earlier, this is definitely something I could see myself wearing post-COVID, something I would have worn pre-COVID. Definitely would have held up for my daily routine before I shifted to working from home. There was a lot more movement throughout my days, and my days were actually a little bit longer. So it's good to know it looks this great. I am definitely excited to keep playing with it, and I think we'll wrap it up here because I need to go shower because I stink. I wish you guys a great evening, morning, or afternoon wherever you are. I look forward to seeing you in my next one, and don't forget to ring the bell, subscribe, and give this video a like if you enjoy full day wear test videos. So, see you in my next one. Bye.